Hey folks, this is me, Jeff, for this is JTT, and live from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's Saturday night, and we are here to battle because things are heating up. Though for the last few weeks, you saw that latest thing, Diddy is allowed to have himself a piece, I think a laptop. What? How much was the judge palms grease to get a desktop? Are you serious? What? If you're in a metropolitan detention center, you should be treated the same as everyone. Because why? He's a big famous star. He should get a break. Come on. Once again, you gonna think that give a PC could be harmless? No. The only thing you can hope that you guys put spyware in there, so no matter what the guy does, no matter who he talks to, you can trace who he talked to. That's all you can do. But I know the prosecutors must be having an ulcer over that one. Come on, folks. Once again, you give him access to other people who could intimidate, if not bring harm to potential witnesses to his case coming up this next May. I mean, come on, that's just getting ridiculous. But first, how's everyone doing? I know, like, Thanksgiving came and went real quick. Christmas is 2 weeks away. I think it's 2 weeks away. Yeah, Christmas is no lie, literally 2 weeks away. So, first of all, have you folks been naughty? Have you folks been nice? And after the election, a lot of people have been very, very naughty. How do I say that? Oh, that's simple. For starters, you got women who's going full blast with a 4B movement. They are shaving their heads. They're abstaining from having sex with strange men, no marriage, no kids, no deal with men. So to those women who insist to go to a 4B movement, I say keep up the great work. You're removing yourself from the gene pool, meaning that you're not, future generations of women making our lives miserable. It turns like no sex with strange men, so that removes a lot of problems. Number one, no worries about STDs. No worry about unexpected births, I'm correct. And most importantly, you have to worry about abortion because you're not having sex with men. So problem is solved. The things you should be responsible for, you actually be responsible for. So thank you. But it didn't stop there. Of course not. Now you gotta sterilize yourself once again. It's like, okay, you do you. You're not doing us any harm. Seems like those on the left are really bent on doing it. People on the left, the liberals, they are really determined to do that. They make it sound like they're going to harm us. No, you're not. You make it sound the people on the right, the conservatives, going to cringe in fear, as well as everybody else. They're not going to cringe in fear. Just going to look, be going like this. Yeah, that Karen over there really lost it. Ever since Trump lost, she shaved her head. She stopped dating these bad boys. She's not promiscuous anymore. Well, she's not doing. So basically, she took off the market. She pretty much by herself. She's not carousing being the town bicycle. She's not being this floozy. And she's not bothering everybody else on top of it. So, okay, have at it. But it didn't stop there. Then she's like, okay, she sterilized herself. Okay, cool. But here's one vision to have your folks worried. There's the Italian lady going way about several centuries. Her name is Giulia Tofana, and I think you saw one of my earlier uploads. She's a professional poisoner, not a baker, not a candlestick maker, not even a seamstress. She's a poisoner. She makes poison to kill men. Now, suppose she kill men who are very violent, very abusive, and all that. And I don't agree to death. Am I surprised? No, not really, because let's face fact, the men back then are brutal and don't care, and they treat women way differently back then than they do now. They treat them like, if they want to kill a woman, they do it, and they shouldn't do it. But I'm not talking about back then. I'll talk about the present. Women got this strange fantasy of poisoning any man who's a Trump supporter. They got this fantasy of killing them. Are you serious? You mean to tell me, here's the thing though, that's what they fantasize. I think some of us try to make some fantasy videos opposing a person who's a Trump supporter. So it's not enough you're in the 4B movement. It's not enough you sterilize yourself. And by the way, as a side note, the number of liberal men who sterilize themselves, last time I checked, shot up 1,200%. Now I'm going to say to that, cool, rock on. Don't expect me to stop you. But now you got this women fantasized by killing any man who's a Trump supporter. As I said before on my last uploads, you make it sound like only and only straight white men vote for Trump, and that's how he got in the office, right? Wrong. Trump was not put into office by only straight white men. It wasn't exclusively straight white men who voted Trump into office. No. Conservative women voted for Trump. Straight white men voted for Trump. African Americans voted for Trump. Hispanic Americans voted for Trump. Asian Americans voted for Trump. Anybody within the walk of life who had enough and sick and tired, they voted for Trump. And I know you don't have to see it, folks, but look at the election results. Okay, sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties. Apologize for that. But long story short, plain and simple, a little bit more than half the people in the United States voted for Trump. Trump won with the popular vote by over 4 million votes. And don't get me started with the electoral votes. He was almost horrifying. I think Kamala Harris had about like 240-something electoral votes of Trump. I'm more of a positive one, at least about 320. So that's, I know he got about more than 70, 80 more electoral votes for Kamala. That was insane. That was not a close election, folks. The people have officially spoken. It's kind of weird. You got like out of 10 people, 3 are happy as can be. The other 7 are miserable. But the 3 people want to try to convince the 7 people, hey, don't worry, be happy. Some people are like, dude, wake up, smell the roses. Things suck here. Prices are out of control. Crime, out of control. Migrant problem, not going away soon. And the biggest thing that really got them turned up angry is that on top of everything else, seems like illegal migrants are getting treated way more fairly and get more preferential treatment than the people who've been since day one. I mean, like, so basically you're going to give money to people who sneak this country illegally, give them money, room, and board, and not a veteran who actually served his or her country. Have you lost your mind? And as for Kamala Harris as a border czar, really? No. Michael Holman, now that's a border czar. I mean, it's gonna be like from Kamala Harris, who's like the biggest absentee voters are, to Michael Holman, who could be like, yeah, okay, my turn. He's gonna get it done. I mean, he's like Larry the Cable Guy on steroids. He's gonna get it done. I promise you that. But I digress. But long story short, though, the idea that you're going to poison people, that means you're going to what? So on top of poisoning straight white men, you're going to poison African Americans. Are you going to poison the conservative women? Are you going to poison the Latinos, male, female? Because keep in mind, all those people I mentioned earlier, they voted for Trump. My only concern is that the way this country is so messed up, Trump's not sure he can fix all that. He will try his best. He tried to do everything possible to fix it, but this country is jacked up. And Trump only got 4 years. I'm not saying I'm not saying he's gonna try to do some incredible things try to help this country, but he can't do it in 4 years. I gotta be honest though. If he had like 8 years, he could turn this country around in a big way. I'm not saying he can't do it good, don't get me wrong, but this country is just plain old messed up. But I digress. That's one. The other news here, and if I'm correct, and I'm looking correctly though, is there's one person, I think the lady, if I'm correct, she accused 3 lacrosse players, because this was an anxiety dancer. She accused 3 lacrosse players of rape. Now, because it's like evidence, no charge was pressed against them. People get all mad, get all fouled up because they said, "Oh, there's 3 white boys got it." It's not that. It's not because these guys, the case was dismissed because these guys are white privileged guys, because they were actually innocent. And here's the irony: the exotic dancer who lied about this, she admitted it. Her name is Crystal Magnum, folks. If I'm correct, her name is Crystal Magnum. She's a former exotic dancer who accused 3 Duke men lacrosse players of rape in 2006, igniting a national firestorm. Admitted she lied about the encounter on the web show Let's Talk with Kat. But here's the funny thing, though. Here's my question, though. Now, I want you people to pay attention. For you people who say, like, well, these 3 white boys got away with it because they got white privilege. They're innocent. And she admitted she lied. All for what? Validation, attention. And she said she's sorry. Really? For the same people who accused those 3 white males of that crime, where's your apologies? Where are your condolences? And you know what? And I'm going to be honest, they're not going to hear it from the people who accused them. You know what these gentlemen are going to hear? They're going to hear crickets. They're going to hear crickets so loud, you would think it's in a heavy metal concert. It's kind of funny. They're there to point fingers and accuse them of a crime they didn't commit. But when they find out that the woman lied and they were innocent, you're not going to hear a word. You're not going to hear one word. They're going to slink in the shadows like a bunch of cowards and not going to be a thing. Now, I know for a fact if let's say reverse the race, like say it was 3 black males who was accused by 1 white female of the same crime. And let's say for the argument that 3 black men were accused of such a crime and been acquitted because of lack of evidence. But guess what? That stigma of them being some type of predators is going to hang over their heads. And people are going to be screaming, raging, you name it, for a long, long time until civil lawsuits or civil rights lawsuits is going to be flying like crazy. Here's the thing. If that's the case, yeah, I understand that. But here's the thing, though. Where's that justice? That inside dancer, I don't think, received any punishment. I don't think. There's no punishment. There's not a lawsuit. Those 3 men earned the right to slap a lawsuit on her because their reputations is crap. It's crap. Even though they found innocent and all that stuff, their reputation is crap. But no one wants to talk about it. Of course not. They say, oh, they got white privilege. They get over. Sure about that? You sure about that? Yeah. Like I said, if that was 3 black men accused that, even though they may be found innocent, that stigma hang over them, and a lot of people in the black community would be losing their minds. Plain and simple. But that's my complaint. That's my rant to start things off. So let's start kicking it off, folks. We were talking about Diddy. And like I said, to say this, if I read this correctly, these are the celebrities expected to go down with Diddy. Diddy is just the first. Or he's just the first. As far as we know, folks, the celebrities is like, people like to think of celebrities like some great god-like, incredible, elite, god-like human beings that is untouchable and all that stuff. Guess what? The celebrities are no more better than us. They've got a lot more money, a lot more influence, and had a lot more power. In other words, they could call on certain people to make things happen. Make buildings, create hospitals, and all that stuff. But other than that, they're just as flawed. They're just as imperfect. And guess what? They're just as sinful as us, if not more. Why more? Because they have access to all that wealth, all that influence. That means they could be able to entertain their depraved fantasies. P. Diddy is like capitalized on it. P. Diddy is like the epitome of a modern day Caligula. He's a modern day Nero. And I wish I was Captain. No. And the more I hear things about this guy, the more disturbing it gets. We hear about from the books from Kim Porter, and hearing it from stories from the other sources like from Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams, and other source I think is Ghostface Panda 333. Unreal. The only thing is missing now is somebody examining the images, the pictures, the videos for the freak-off tapes. You're not going to tell me that somebody from the prosecution does not have access to it. Somebody got at least some pictures and some videos. All they got to do is identify the people in there. The moment they get identified, that's it. That's one. And the moment to get one of the victim, especially the person was a minor back then, to identify Diddy, that's it. The reason why I brought that up because Diddy's not the first. Now, the next person is going to be, believe it or not, be Jay-Z. But let me start with Diddy first. Diddy's like the first obvious one. He got two of his residences got raided, one in California, one in Florida, at the same time by Homeland Security. Now, if Homeland Security come raiding both your residences, they're not going to just raid for something minor. It's something big. I mean, Avengers level threat big. And people saying the first you hear about is 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Is like going, okay, why? No brother could be that dry, that ashy. No, there's something nefarious about all those bottles of baby oil. And you hear all these different rundowns, all these accusations, allegations, and every single one of P. Diddy saying no, it's false. And here's the thing though, the prosecutors were dead serious, and he tried 4 different times to get on bail. Nope. And next thing he could do is get a laptop. I was going to use it to get prepared for my case. No, you're not. Don't lie. Come on. Prosecutors probably losing their minds. You better let the witnesses know right away because he's going to try to scare him again. But he's just the first. Next person is Jay-Z. According to one of the articles, Jay-Z was accused of rape along with Diddy in an amended complaint that was filed on Sunday. However, his name is only most recent among many famous people connected to the accusations against Sean Combs. Initially filed in October of this year, the lawsuit only named Diddy. However, it now identifies Sean Carter as Celebrity A, and we didn't know that until recently. Accused of SA, a minor, at an after party, NBC News reported. This is from NBC News, mind you. This is NBC News. That's one of the big networks that reported this. And of course, Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter, was accused. The victim has been identified as Jane Doe. That means she's a female. alleges that Diddy and Carter raped her following an after party in New York in September 2000. Documents from the court accusing Jay of being there during many of these types of instances. Carter denied the allegations. He claims the attorney behind the accused lawsuit tried to blackmail him. There's another name that might be picked off, might be next to be accused. And I'm kind of surprised, but if he was in one of those Diddy parties, you can't be too shocked. The next name on there is Cuba Gooding Jr. And I'm like, wow, okay. It says since early this year, Cuba Gooding Jr. added to the grape suit against Diddy by Rodney Jones, music producer. What? Rodney Jones, music producer? Wow, okay. Oh, that's why. Okay, I forgot that was his real name, but he has a nickname. Jones, aka Little Rod, alleges that Cuba essayed and harassed him by groping him while aboard Diddy's yacht in the year 2023. Oh, that was last year. Get out of here. Jones said that Cuba didn't cease until he forcibly pushed him back, that Diddy left alone with Cuba. Cuba denied these allegations. So, like I said, if they had proof and all that stuff, maybe video or pictorial, yeah, I think Cuba Gooding Jr. may have a problem though. Now, if he's in there during the freak offs and all that stuff, and he's in there along with Little Rod, yeah, it doesn't look good. But mind you, these accusations, like as far as I know with P. Diddy, there's no, basically, I say for now, take it with a grain of salt until next May. Until May 5th comes and goes, all these accusations and all that stuff, I say you should take it with a grain of salt at the moment. It sounds like the possibility is strongly there, and you want to say like, yes, he is, but until you get proof beyond a shadow of a doubt, like say once you identify the people and the pictures and the videos and all that, and you got the testimony of the actual victims, yeah, you really, it's tempting to say he's guilty, throw him in the clink forever. We got to make sure we get all the evidence. We got to get everything. You can't assume anything. If you want to put someone as powerful as P. Diddy behind bars, you better cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure everything is perfect, because if he gets out, he's going to look for the people who try to put him behind bars, and it won't be good. Oh, shoot. Next person who might be dragged to court would be Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall, R&B writer and singer, was sued along with Diddy by Liza Gardner for negligence infliction of emotional distress, essay, and battery. In 1990, Gardner claimed that she and a friend met Diddy during the MCA record event, and they were invited back to Aaron Hall's house. At the house, Liza was coerced into having intercourse with Sean Combs, the lawsuit alleges. The lawsuit stated after Combs was done, Gardner laid in bed, traumatized and shocked. Liza was getting dressed. Aaron entered the room and forced Gardner to have intercourse with him. Both Combs and Hall denied these allegations. Okay, that's not looking good either. Then you got Javier Pierre. Okay. Oh, okay. Javier Pierre, Bad Boy Records executive, part of Sean Combs' running crew. Sean Combs and another assailant was sued by the ex of an NHL hockey player, Anna Kane. Okay, that's one of Jane Doe's that remained anonymous until recently. She alleges that they were gang raped. They gang raped her when she was only 17 of age after trafficking her over state lines in the year 2003. Oh man, that's brutal. Anna said that she met Javier as an 11th grader. Oh dang, she knew this guy for a while. When he came up to her at a Detroit lounge to close her house. the lounge close to her house. Combs and Pierre convinced the then teenager to get on a jet with them and a third individual to Diddy's New York City recording studio. That's when they drugged her and started to take turns raping her and alleges. Oh boy, that's bad. Her lawsuit stated, as a consequence of being essayed by Combs, Pierre, and another assailant, Jane Doe experienced substantial feelings of shame, emotional distress, having plagued her personal relationships and life for 2 decades. That would do it. I mean, that is trauma to the 10th power. And yes. Like I said, testify, get the proof, get the evidence in order, because chances are there's video, there's pictures of them doing the deed. And I know they confiscated a lot of Diddy's devices. They confiscated a lot of other devices from other individuals who probably seen such things taking place there. That's like, wow. This is looking bad here too. This was from Christian King Combs. Get ready, folks. This is where it gets really weird. Christian King Combs, Diddy's son, was named along with his dad in a suit accusing the son of essay and battery while on a yacht chartered by Diddy. What? According to court documents, a steward who worked on a yacht, Grace, I think it's Marsha. I'd say Grace or Marsha. Grace or Marsha alleged for the 26-year-old Christian made her drink some spike tequila, groped her, then raped her. Like father, like son. The apple does not fall from the tree that far. That's scary. According to Rolling Stone magazine, Grace added that she complained to the captain of the ship. However, the situation was investigated properly. Grace alleged that Diddy paid the ship's captain a huge tip as a cover-up. Shocker, but not that big of a shock. No, I'm beginning to think, I think Diddy is hiding an insane amount of money somewhere off the books. In case things like this go off the rails, he must have made the same amount of money off that way he could try to find a way to wiggle out of the situation. He's still in the Metropolitan Detention Center, but they're still allowing laptops. So I'm still thinking, I think he bribed the judge. I don't care what to say, like, well, he should be allowed to prepare for his case. No, I think he bribed the judge. That's some crap here. Because with that laptop, he can be able to communicate to whoever he needs to communicate to intimidate and silence the witnesses against him in the case. Am I right or wrong? What else? Next, Jacob the jeweler. Okay, this is different. According to the Business Insider, Jacob Arabo, aka Jacob the jeweler, a celebrity jewel designer, was named as a defendant within a complaint that was filed against Combs last July. The complaint accused Diddy of sex trafficking, sexual harassment, and essay by a woman working at the time at one of Diddy's white parties. All in white, but it's not pure. I promise you that. Can you picture the people trying to clean those white things with Lord knows what other stains on there? Yeah, you can't pay me enough to even think about looking at it. That's terrifying. People better thinking like, I'd rather work in a morgue. She alleges that Diddy forced her to engage in sex with Jacob, who's one of the guests at the party. Uh-oh. You ain't gonna believe this, folks. Number one, and I know you heard that name, Young Miami. I repeat, Young Miami. Young Miami, who once dated Diddy, is named in the grape suit that was filed by Jones as part of the sex trafficking ring. The suit accuses Young Miami of bringing Diddy Tusi. Diddy Tusi? A drug occasionally referred to as pink cocaine on a jet. Pink cocaine? Wow, that's different. Jones alleged that she was among many women paid a monthly stipend to work as Diddy's sex workers. Okay, this is going to get more weird. According to Vulture, in addition, Young Miami was named one of the grape soup that was filed by Jane Doe, alleged that she kept harassing her to undergo an abortion at the behest of Diddy. Oh, shoot, this person got knocked up and they wanted to abort the baby? Ooh. Young Miami denied these allegations. Boy, oh boy. So that's just only a small sample of the people who might probably be dragged to court in this coming May of next year, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, of course, yeah. I'll put it this way, though. If I gotta be one of the clerks to work that to help file the papers, do that, I probably need a drink too, because that is gonna be crazy. That's gonna be insane. But like I said, Diddy's like Hydra. His tentacles gonna try to be everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. But don't count out Sean Carter yet. He's like, different between him and Diddy. Sean Carter is a lot smarter because the moment he see problems that happen with Diddy, he said, yeah, I better circle my wagons real quick because if they come after Diddy, I'm not too far behind. So he's trying to make sure he's ready just in case. Doesn't mean he's going to be protected all the way. No. It's kind of amazing to me that you got these celebrities who think because they got all this money, they can get away with stuff and they can get away with it permanently. Not really. There's 3 things you cannot hide. And I'm not sure if a philosopher or a real wise person said this, but there's 3 things you cannot hide. You cannot hide the sun. I don't care how hard you try. I mean, you could try to pollute the skies, all your stuff. The sun will still be there. Sun would be there. Only God can put the sun out. No man can. 2, the moon. Same thing. So you can't hide the sun. You got to hide the moon. Final thing, and people swear up and down they can. It may take it to the grave, but you cannot hide the truth. That truth will come out. One way or the other, no matter how long it takes, that truth is going to come out. And when it comes out, a lot of people be shocked and surprised. Diddy was sure that he had all his bases covered. No, he did not. Jay-Z probably thought the same thing. And Jay-Z is the more smart and more cerebral of the two. But guess what? Certain truths are coming out too. Because when Diddy got busted and looked at the evidence they have, you going to tell me they're not going to look at his associates? Trust me, if someone of Diddy's stature get busted for a serious crime like this, where it's like he's in the same ranking as the mafia and the cartel, you going to tell me that they're not going to look at his associates? Meaning like, people like Jay-Z, people who work with us in Bad Boy Records, I could guarantee you they probably look at Clive Davis all weird, and they probably feel like, okay, how are we going to deal with Clive Davis? Like I said, they're not going to focus on Clive Davis because their primary focus is on P. Diddy. But trust me, Clive Davis is not going to be forgotten. All the guys similar to Clive Davis on that level, they're not going to be forgotten. Jay-Z, don't think they forgot about Jay-Z. No, trust me. Don't be surprised Jay-Z is next. And all the other names I mentioned, don't be surprised they'll be dragged to court too. And all of a sudden now, I noticed that other celebs, either A, they're moving differently, they move more quietly. And now some celebs, we even talk about, okay, this way went down and Diddy's party. Now they want to talk. The only ones who brave enough to talk was Jaguar Wright. Cat Williams. And the funny part, these two were talking about it a while ago, and people said, stop capping, man, stop capping, stop cloud chasing. No, they're not capping that cloud chasing, because when they start talking, the next thing you know is like going, oh, wow. That's why I one of the piece said, like, those two were owed an apology. Because all the stuff that you said that wasn't true is proven to be true. And my thing is this, though. The things that I read, like, I want to be wrong about certain things in life because I don't like being right about bad things. I don't. I'd rather be proven wrong. They're like, Jeff, you're wrong. Here's the reason why. Okay. I'm not going to be one of those people who have a temper tantrum. I'm not going to be one of those people who have a meltdown saying like, well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And you know what? If I'm wrong about something that's bad, believe it or not, I'd be more than happy. I'd be relieved. It's like someone said, like, if I was to say like, well, the world's going to end tomorrow morning at 7 p.m. and say, no, it won't. At 7 p.m. come and goes and nothing happens, guess what? Yes, I'm wrong, but you know what? I'm happy because nothing bad happens. This thing with P. Diddy, I'm not lying. May 5th next year, it's going to be bonkers. And like I said, like I have a feeling more of a one group of people have access to the freak off tapes, videos, whatever thing they have evidence in the freak off. They have evidence. It's on the dark web, for heaven's sakes. You're not gonna tell me people not gonna download it and all of a sudden say send it to the prosecutors. They're all milling through it, make sure to try to get positive identification. All they need is at least one testimony, one eyewitness from the freak off tapes, especially the person who wants a minor. I have one person in mind, but the moment that person speaks and testify what happened to him, how he was like defiled and violated, I promise you folks, a lot more of the victims will come charging forth. I mean, so many victims will come charging forth to testify against Diddy. They would have made the Spartans of Thermopylae proud. I'm telling you, the moment that one victim stepped forward and testified against Diddy, the moment that one victim stepped forward and testified against Diddy, truthfully and fully, the rest of the victims become charged with true and join them. I mean, they're charged, they will come through in such a way they'll make the Spartans of Thermopylae proud, because all it takes one person to speak, the rest will feel emboldened and encouraged enough to speak up. But as for Sean Carter and the others, oh, trust me, it won't stop there. And trust me, after that, my predictions are come next year, people's not going to look at the entertainers the same ever again. Not the singers, not the athletes, and don't be surprised if you see one or two politicians. People are not going to look at these people the same way ever again. So, folks, my question to you is this. What are your thoughts on this, though? Do you still believe that Diddy is innocent? Do you still believe that all the other celebrities I named off, do you think they're innocent? You think they're being treated unfairly because they're celebrities? Do you think they're being treated unfairly because, like, that, oh, wait a minute, but they're all people of color? Like, Harvey Weinstein is still in prison, still in Rikers, still treated like crap. And the funny thing, he treated worse in prison than Diddy is. He's still treated worse than Diddy. The only person who I think should be in Rikers and not a house arrest is the guy from Abercrombie and Finch. He should be in prison right now. He should be like in the same Metropolitan Detention Center or Rikers himself. He should be there, not under house arrest. That's crap. I'll be the first one to say he should not be under house arrest. It's crap. But all in all, folks, just going to end it here. I'll probably do other uploads, talk more about the lady who filed a false claim of rape against the street incarcerated. That would be hold on a second. Here we go. Like I said, name one thing that, hold on a second, lost my train of thought here. But long story short, there's Zod Detson, who is accused of 3 white guys of Duke University of rape. That's crap. And the bottom line is, what if it was 3 black men, and then women who accused him was white? What about then? But to be safe, though, all the information that you got so far, take with a grain of salt to May 5th. I love to say beyond shadow of a doubt, the man's guilty. In terms of public opinion, the man's guilty. But in the case of the law, not yet. It doesn't look good for Diddy. Doesn't look good for the people mentioned, though. But all in all, get ready to to end the stream and all that and call it a day.